Welcome to ThinkShop's new Thinkies series, blended learning inquiry units, all done with an online e-learning website as well as a detailed teacher's package, and all based on differentiated inquiry learning. It's e-learning with a focus on individual learning, group e-learning, and whole class e-learning, whether you would like it for specialised learning for a group, enrichment learning for one student, or a whole class learning. The choice is yours. And blended learning in the true full sense, the students can work anywhere and anytime. We know that you want students who are engaged and self-motivated, so we bring you complete units offering the 3 C's of differentiation: choice, complexity, and challenge. We want to bring you e-learning blended inquiry with a variety of concepts. Here are some of the examples: rights and responsibilities, sustainability, poetry, adolescence, rules, communication, probability, and heaps more. Our first package is on the human brain, so let's have a look at the website to start with. Here's the website. You might want to turn the sound off here. We've left it in purely because it's a demonstration to students of some of the opportunities that are available on the Thinkies website building software. And so some students have added voiceovers, used GarageBand to build a background sound, all sorts of amazing things. It's wonderful what your students can do once you let them go. Okay, let's have a look. Before anything else, to access the students' prior knowledge, which is so important, and all the instructions are included in the teacher's packet, you'll first get your students to write their first definition of the concept, here, intelligence. Full instructions are included, and after the cards and the ensuing deep discussion, the students can now begin writing their ongoing definitions. A brilliantly simple way of demonstrating to both students and teacher their increase in understanding. So that's one assessment done already. Let's have a look at what some students did here. Their initial definitions of intelligence basically built up to being smart and knowing heaps of information. But after we'd done the PK cards and the follow-up meaty discussion, they came up with these different definitions. They thought intelligence was composed of all these different things. Now this was straight from the students' brains. I found out prior knowledge. I didn't actually teach them anything. So this is what you can do with PK cards, which have been highly acclaimed. Once you've assessed prior knowledge, you can move straight into the hook you in part of the website. Now remember that this website that you buy, you alone will have total and complete control over. You can adapt it as you see fit. It also comes with a complete teacher's package of detailed plans and assessments. More of that later. Let's have a look at the hooks. So a hook is included with each of our Thinkies units. Here's an example of the one with the human brain. So you can see some of the different activities that are offered to students. They can work on them in any order at their own pace, and they've been very carefully selected so that they offer different activities and they will appeal to different learning styles as well. So everything from how does the brain adapt to a new situation, hands-on activities, to unsolved brain mysteries, games, resources from National Geographic, and here also a selection of videos on old brains, teenage brains, forgetfulness. So each package will come with the ready-to-go hooks for the students to get them really started on the unit. And then we'll move on to the main inquiry learning unit. In each inquiry unit, you'll see that we've prepared Bloom's activities at all of the 6 levels, levels 1 to 6. We suggest that students work through levels 1, 2 and 3, the lower level learning, before they move on to the higher level learning ones of 4, 5 and 6, because this way that all your students will get a good, solid, basic, common knowledge and common understanding of the concept under study. Then to differentiate, once students get to level 4, you'll see this will pop up on levels 4, 5 and 6. And this allows the students not only to do the Bloom's activities that we prepared, but perhaps to substitute for something else, some other new passion that they developed, be it a subtopic or a different concept, or maybe something from one of their big questions, and they can follow it up themselves. So we've included more Bloom's starter words and ideas for you in the teacher's package. Let's have a look at level 1. Again, in all the packages, you'll get something like this, an introductory video, and then various Bloom's activities at that particular level. It's up to you as teacher to decide whether you want your students to do 1, 2 or more of the activities. Let's move on to level 4 so you can have a quick look, and again more Bloom's activities, and again this is where the box pops up offering students the opportunity to differentiate and diverge. Level 6, evaluate. Here you see again more options offered to the students. Again, you decide whether they want to do 1 or more, whatever is your choice. While the students are working through these inquiry units, they can either be making their own website, a free Wix website, or they can be making their presentations with pencil and paper, or slideshows, or keynote presentations, or scanning items and uploading them to Google Docs, and they would put their links in here. So it's very simple. You can add their name, and hidden behind it will be a web link to wherever you've put their work, so that teachers and parents can go online and have a look at their own students' work. And also we built in online feedback, so students and parents and grandparents can leave their own feedback about their students' work, which is a wonderful way to involve the community. I'd suggest you also, if you're getting your students to make the free Wix website, that you get them to make a second comments page, which could be hidden, where I used it to communicate directly with individual students. So when I was checking their work, maybe even from the comfort of my own sofa at home, if I was working in the evening, I could leave comments and have direct feedback with that individual student. So again, another way of making this truly blended learning. As you're working through the unit, students will be formulating their own big questions, and I've given you here some examples of some previous students of mine when we were looking at the human brain. The first one is mine. Do we control our brains or do they control us? And over the ensuing weeks, my 9 to 11-year-old students came up with these awesome big questions themselves. Do different species of animals dream, and if so, which species? Does the ratio of body weight to brain affect our intelligence, and if so, how? We got some pretty amazing information there. Could I clone myself and talk to it? Would it be the same brain, so it would be thinking the same thing at the same time? Your students' big questions could go here, and again, you will be amazed at the depth of thought that your students are capable of. Let's go lastly to the more section, where there is information for parents and teachers, what this is all about, a quick explanation of Bloom's taxonomy and some extra information, and lastly a link to Wordle. Don't know if you've come across Wordle before, but it's a wonderful free online app to simply paste in a chunk of prepared text, and it will make a word picture just like this. So the more often the word occurs, the larger the font size. Another wonderful way for students to show their understanding and for you to assess their understanding. Let's have a quick look at some of the things that are included in the teacher's package.